everyone, it's Haysie Simmer. Today we are playing the Extreme Ultimate Decades Challenge and we are wrapping up our second decade with the year 1320. In the last episode we had a marriage made for Francis to Jenna. It actually ended up being his soulmate, which was super awesome. So today I'm entering into Tiara Gothic's household, Adelaide Gothic, and Ashton Alder. Ashton is the Witcher monster hunter who is Connor's son. Connor is one of our original side households. This is the little witch apothecary shop I wanted to show you guys. Kind of like where they have a sick bed where if anyone they were tending to was not doing well. This is the living space for the girls. I just kind of have it like where in my head Ashton is, he's in this household, but he's not like, he doesn't live here. He goes to like hunt monsters and stuff, but he's gonna end up marrying Adelaide, so I just have him in this household for now. So all their books and stuff is essentially anything they could have brought from either the Magic Realm, the old Merlin house, or the manor that they have been staying at. I don't really have a plan for the year 1320. So because it's an even year, we're going to roll a d20 to see if we find an animal in the wild. And if it's a Monday, we're going to see if we got robbed. I don't have anybody's birthday except for Isolde's, which is halfway through the year. So realistically, we just don't have much going on. So we're going to, oh, look at Ashton. Ashton went from having like the ugliest dad in the world to being a little bit more handsome. But I'm going to work on building up relationships between the eligible bachelors of our family and anyone, like basically we're going to work on the marriage mart. Oh, cool. He's coming to talk to her on his own accord.
Excellent. Muscat Trebe, Yaflabab, Gummerg, Zucchinic, Saphoim, Lampima.
One fish, Lika, Buster Weed.
Smezo, Liga, Ukaru, Yakila Brew, Playun Zaruga.
Alright, so the Gothic witches are very happy to have this land to work on to establish their little apothecary shop in the small town of Alder Village. We also have our witch hunter here, Ashton, and I gave him this little tent that looks like a house because I thought it was really suiting for him. I'm gonna kind of just like play a day in the life. He would help out taking care of the animals on the farm. So we're just gonna have him do that. So we just got the notification that Ashton is crazy attracted to Adelaide, which is honestly perfect because that's what I want. The ladies are talking about the future of their house and you know what that kind of looks like for them now that their great line has been diminished so much. And it looks like we have our first customers to the apothecary, which is amazing. So many people have come to support the Gothics and opening up their apothecary shop. It looks like Jenna is out here to get a pregnancy checkup. Maybe they have some kind of like elixir she can drink to help her with the morning nausea. And it looks like Emma Brewer is out here to offer her support as a fellow spellcaster and herbalist. And it looks like everyone is so excited. So everyone is checking in with Adelaide and just kind of giving their list of ailments and complaints. Emma Brewer is here offering what little advice that she does have from her decade as a midwife and a local healer. And Adelaide is really receptive to it because she is very young. So she is not like going to turn away Emma's experience. The shop is definitely doing great. And we're going to be able to take care of so many, the girls are going to be able to take care of so many local people who wouldn't be able to. Oh my goodness, that was so romantic. But yeah, the girls are going to be able to take care of so many lower class individuals who wouldn't normally have the opportunity to get this medical help. Remember, they do have an upper class education as well as a spellcaster education. So that is just really going to benefit the peasant class overall. And Adelaide is off to the local shops to get more supplies. Because they come from a well-off family, the Gothic girls have bought this stagecoach so that way they can deliver medicine and tend to families who can't make it down to the apothecary shop. So Adelaide will start her mornings off in her shop and then do her rounds and then close up in the shop. And it looks like Adelaide is wrapping up her day. Oh my goodness, it looks like the king is patrolling again. Oh, it's so nice to see the kingdom back in, you know, working order. We haven't addressed what's going on with the kingdom yet, but it looks like the king is trying to check in on everyone and make sure they're doing well, which is fantastic. And Tiara is getting herself acquainted to the simple life that is Alder Village and Alder Farm. We all know that she knows that Frederick is her soulmate, so she is offering him the space he needs to deal with the loss of his wife. They were actually married for almost 4 years. I know in the last episode I said 2 to 3, and then I thought it was 1.5, and then I thought it was 1.5. But now that I've checked it out, they were married for almost 4 years. So she doesn't want to take the place of Mary in his heart because she believes that he loves Mary and greatly misses her. But Tiara does know that they are soulmates. So she's kind of just like biding her time and waiting for when timing is right, because Tiara is just like a really respectful person. And Frederick has come to visit the girls to kind of just see like how things are going for them in their little apothecary store. And because of the fact that they opened up this new village, he just wants to see like how things have been going for them. He's just checking in on Tiara and Adelaide. And of course, Tiara is very grateful. She's telling him like how good the business is doing, how many people they've been able to help, especially families that were so affected by the vampires and the witchcraft. The dark witchcraft that has taken over the kingdom, you know, for a couple years. They're explaining like the good they get to put back into the kingdom. And Frederick is really happy about that. He's happy that they have a place. Frederick is happy that there is a place here in Alder Village to heal the land after everything that the whole kingdom has been suffering. Like I said, Ama Brewer is helping Adelaide heal the community, and basically Adelaide is worried that people won't trust her because she was cursed by the dark goddess, and Ama Brewer has this like bad history with the community based on what happened with Jedediah. So they're kind of like helping each other out when it comes to their reputation in the community. They want to prove to the community that not all magic is bad and that it can be good, and that spellcasters are meant to heal and bring light and beauty into this world, and maybe a little bit of mischief, but not any darkness. So we're going to see Ama Brewer quite a bit over here doing witchy stuff with Tiara and Adelaide. So Tiara is running after Frederick after he spent the day checking in on the girls and seeing what's going on. It looks like she is checking in on him and asking how the property is doing, how the kids are doing, how is he doing after the loss of Mary. So she's checking in on him and just kind of seeing how he's doing. It looks like she's being a little bit flirty, maybe talking about when they were kids and how happy she was to run away and spend time with him. And he's saying like he couldn't believe that she was a lady in disguise pretending to be a peasant, and that he was so embarrassed whenever he was looking for her. And the queen was like, what are you talking about? Like, that's Lady Tiara Gothic. And he thought she was just this peasant girl. And he was like, I thought the queen was going to, but essentially he had thought the queen was going to take off his head. Oh no. Guys, look who's here. All right, so we have Vampire Connor visiting. I don't know why he is here. but he is trying to stay away from his family because of the bloodlust. Like, he just can't control it. Maybe he's here to talk to his son, Ashton. It looks like Frederick and Ama Brewer are talking to Connor, kind of figuring out, like, why is he here? He needs to stay away from the family. He doesn't, you know, we don't want to endanger anyone in the family due to his vampirism. He just doesn't have control over it. And in general, like, Connor just needs to stay away. So Ashton is coming to check in on his dad, telling his dad, you shouldn't be here. Like, we've discussed this. You cannot be here. And oh no, it looks like he can't handle the rejection. Oh, okay. All right, so they're fighting. Yeah, so it looks like Connor's vampirism is just kind of taking control of him right now. It is nighttime. He is more powerful and more inclined to listen to that vampire instinct versus like the rationality of like, hey, this is his son. So it looks like Ashton had to like kind of kick his butt and tell him he needs to leave. But okay, so Connor still hasn't left yet. What are you doing, Connor? Making me freaking nervous. Okay, so the vampire is definitely still very strong in him. Oh no, not Frederick, not our heir, Frederick. Looks like we're gonna say Ama is going to warn somebody. She's probably out here collecting like night mushrooms and stuff like that for the herbalist store. But it looks like Connor is drinking from Frederick. Hopefully someone can get over here fast and stop this before it goes too far. It's not looking good for Frederick. Connor, why did you give in to your vampire instincts? Oh, good. Frederick got away. Frederick got away. And it looks like we have a ghost over there. Oh, Ama got Tiara, which is good news. It looks like Connor is running away. We're going to say he's running away. I know he's not running, but I think Tiara and Ama are going to have to take Frederick into... Yeah, so she's going to say, we have to take you into the apothecary store. I want to watch you tonight, make sure nothing happens to you, that you survive your, you know, encounter with Connor without any vampiric transformations. You know, you mean so much to me. Like, I'm really worried about you. And I think Frederick is saying, like, I feel okay. I'm just feeling weak. Nothing happened. There was no, like, sting. Oh, it looks like Mommy Halia is here checking in, too. She knows her soulmates because she's a ghost now, so she can see those kind of things. Like, she can see their aura. But I think Halia is saying, please, Frederick, go let Tiara take care of you. Let her check you out, make sure everything's okay. And it looks like Ashton made it over here to confront... Oh, my goodness. That is Francis's wife, that ghost. But it looks like Ashton made it over here to confront. He's a vampire slayer, so that aspiration is something like that's new to my game. It's a mod. And I think because his dad is this vampire and showing up to our property, Ashton is just like prompted to fight him. So it looks like I think he's attempting to slay his dad. Like, I think that's what's happening. Oh my goodness, it is! Ashton had to slay his own father. He couldn't help him overcome the vampirism nature, and he had to slay him. I think I'm gonna say Tiara and Adelaide and Ama Brewer are going to take some of Connor's vampiric blood, use it to heal Frederick so he doesn't become a vampire, and just kind of keep an eye on him. But it looks like Death is here. I feel like Tiara is going to want to have a conversation with Death and just kind of like be on good terms with Death, essentially. It looks like she's on good terms with Halia, though. Halia knows this is going to be her future daughter-in-law. She just knows. I love how close they are already. We do not want to plead for Connor, but I do want to talk to... Girl, go home. Trying to talk to the Grim Reaper. I feel like the witches need to be friends with the Grim Reaper. So we're going to start with Tiara. Tiara Gothic is like, hey, remember when like all my family died in a massacre like not too long ago? I respect you, Grim Reaper, but like, can we have some sort of alliance? Can we like protect the people in my life, please? I will do anything. Maybe she is trying to make a deal with Death to protect... I I just got goosebumps. Tiara is making a deal with Death to make sure that Frederick does not die from his vampire bite. She is going to ask Death for a death flower so she can make an elixir to save him.
Loonies.
And I think he is definitely compliant. He wants to help. And we're going to use a little bit of Halia's ghost essence because Halia is Frederick's mom. Okay, so that is the story I'm going with. Looks like Tiara's deal with Death to get the ingredients for her spell to make sure that Frederick survives his encounter with his Uncle Connor, the vampire, is going to go over well. I'm going to have Tiara use these ingredients to make a potion to protect Frederick from that bite. Yep. All right. It looks like Death gave her a gift. All right. I love seeing Halia out here just talking to Death like, hey, remember when I died and left my kids behind? Good stuff. Thanks for leaving my spirit here so I can, you know, protect them and watch over them. It looks like Adelaide must have had a late night call. Maybe someone was having a baby and she had to go help out. She's just now arriving home. So Tiara is out here checking in on her potion to make sure everything is going to work out for Frederick. I think this is kind of like her act of love. Like, I feel like this is Tiara's way of telling Frederick she loves him. So Adelaide is outside, you know, just tinkering on the potion that we're going to give to Frederick to make sure that vampire bite doesn't, like, cost him anything for her, like, to affect his life. And I'm going to have Tiara use her glimmer stone to go to the magic realm to see if she can see a sage to reconnect with her magic. So Tiara feels like she has to reconnect with this part of herself that she lost after the resurrection of her mother. She does not want to risk just relying on herbalism and her scrying as her only practices of divination. She wants to get her power back. So I'm going to have her go on a little side quest to get her power back because she doesn't want to see the people she cares about, like Frederick and now Frederick's family, get hurt. And Adelaide is just letting Tiara know, like, of course it's your choice and I support you, but, you know, your magic left for a reason. And sometimes whenever you try to get more power, there can be consequences. So just understand, like, what you're asking for could come with consequences, especially since you haven't had magic since you were a child. And Tiara feels confident in her ability to... Okay, so the potion worked out great from Adelaide. And Tiara feels confident in her ability to handle the magic once again. So, oh my goodness! I came over here. So I was trying to figure out where they went. And... Okay, so I was trying to get Tiara to go to the magical realm to set up that, like, whole plot of her getting her powers back. But she's not a spellcaster anymore. I don't know what happened. She lost her spellcaster thing, but it went with the story, so it was fine. So I was trying to use her Glimmerstone. Let me show you guys. I was trying to use her Glimmerstone, and it just keeps saying destroy. And I'm like, no, I want to, like, make her a spellcaster again. So then I was, like, trying to find Frederick, and I was like, where are you, Frederick? And I right-clicked him, as you guys just saw. They are in the most romantic place ever, sitting on this bench cuddled up, and she is comforting him in his time of need after his vampire attack from his uncle, who he greatly loves. He loves his uncle. His family has always been a very family. And of course, Tiara is there for him. Like, I know you've been through so much. Like, I can feel your pain. She's, you know, telling him all the things that, you know, she supports him and wants him to get better and all of that. But look what he recognized. He recognized that she's his soulmate. He recognized it. He knows, guys, he knows. I don't know how he's going to act on it. So she's telling him, because of what happened to you, I don't want to risk being powerless. So I'm going to go to the magic realm, which is outside of time and space. It's a different realm. And I'm going to do this quest to get my powers back. So I'm going to be gone for a little while, but I just want you to know that I'm going to come back and be here for you guys because you matter to me. And I think he's going to say, you know, do whatever you have to do. I am here for you. Whenever you come back, I'll be ready to help you. So Frederick is going to let her know that, of course, he'll, you know, the place will be here for her whenever she gets back. from her quest, and he hopes that it works out in her favor and that he wants to see her happy. And of course that means a lot to her, and she's gonna miss him, but we're gonna go send her to the magic realm. Okay, so I've decided to do some shuffling around. I'm gonna have the female, anyone from the original 3 alders, Jacob Alder, Jedediah Alder, or Connor Alder. The females who are ready to get married are going to be in one household. So these are Jedediah's children, Morgan and Lancelot. Morgan is going to live with Christine. And they're going to be, I think Elijah is going to go live with Jacob, his uncle. Morgan's dowry is 5,000 simoleons. And it looks like Christine only has 200 of hers, and she's got to earn like 10. So that is a lot for Christine to do. I think Gwendolyn is going to go live with her female cousins, and Elijah is going to live with Jacob. So remember, Jacob is our Gen 1 heir. His children are, Gwen is his daughter, and Elijah is his nephew. So he's going to take care of the younger boys who aren't quite ready to get married. So Gwendolyn is going to go live with her cousins. This is Christine, who is Connor's daughter. This is Morgan, who is Jedediah's daughter. And remember, she is Jacob's daughter. And I'm going to have her move with her dowry as well. I'm going to move Lancelot into this little house I made called Jed's Kids. It just has a bed in it. He's going to be living on he'll be living in Alder Village. And we're going to look for him a wife. Okay, so it's the second day of 1320, and we're going to be in our main Alder house, which is Frederick and his daughter Isolde and Anne. As well as we're also going to do a random active life roll for even years. We have to find if we got an animal in the wild. I didn't do the robbery one because we had the vampire attack, and I counted that as a random act of life. So I chose to pass over the robbery as well. So yeah, we're going to roll. If it's an even number below 16, we get to find an animal in the wild. Okay, so we do. I think I'm going to get Frederick a real horse because these bike horses are kind of annoying me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be our first real horse in the Alder family. This is Dawn. So we officially have a horse here in Alder Village. And Frederick was so happy to find this horse in the wild that we are going to now get to go horse riding and explore that fun little aspect. And it looks like the whole family's coming around to help us with the animals, which is great because the chicken pen is looking really rough. Actually, hopefully someone else can do that because we need to lead the horse to the stables. This is so exciting. Frederick is learning how to properly ride a horse. All our kids will get to learn how to ride horses, and we will get to enjoy that. I love this for Frederick so much. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's so scared. He's like, this is nothing like my bike horse. I do like the mod for bike horses though, because I feel like we'll see more people on horses around town with that. So we're gonna get the horse into the pen. Okay, so today is baby Isolde's birthday to see if she ages up into a toddler. So we're gonna do that roll. So to be a toddler, she cannot roll a 4 or an 8. This is for baby Isolde. All right, nice healthy baby. That is honestly great news. Love that everyone in the family is like coming in to always help Frederick. It's well appreciated. I think they understand, like with him being the new heir and the head of House Alder, it's so important that we have a strong like leader. So when they all come and rally to help him, he is going to be able to help them, especially financially, because essentially he's kind of like the mayor of our little town. I mean, not really. I'm not making Alder Village a like mayoral ship, but him and his dad are like running this whole estate with multiple families on it at this point. Okay, so this is baby Isolde aged up. I have her mother's like scarf on her because I thought that would have been really sweet. Okay, so we have some age ups in the Gothic household that I just want to show you guys. This is Chadwick Gothic. His mother was Princess Eleanor and his father was Lord Roderick Gothic. So his grandmother is Lady Isabella Gothic and his aunt is Tiara. And his sister is Adelaide. So our healer Adelaide is his sister. As well as the other brother is Imor. I haven't given him a makeover yet, but he is also Prince James was King Regent, but he was never crowned the king. So right now we don't have a who's in line succession kind of vibe. Does it go to Prince Augustine, who is the current king's oldest living son, or does it pass on to Eleanor and James are the king's twin children? These are Eleanor's children and they're both sons. Are they eligible, and Prince James had daughters with his wife. But yeah, so that princess who was from another kingdom, she ran away with her daughters. So we haven't seen them yet. We don't really have a proper line of succession right now. And the king is currently alive, but not doing well. He's currently raising his son James' child, who he had out of wedlock with the spellcaster Adriel. So he's currently got that child he is taking care of right now. But like I said, there is a lot going on that isn't exactly lined up for who's the proper line of succession. And right now, Lady Isabella is in their enchanted house in Forgotten Hollow, protecting her grandsons at all costs to keep Merlin magic alive. So they are technically contenders for the throne, but it is not their grandmother's priority to make them inherit the throne. She just wants to keep the Merlin magic bloodline alive and the Gothic family bloodline alive. And right now they are the best way to do that. But down the line, that could cause a problem if anyone were to have a revolution in their name, because they are technically unaccounted for in the royal community. And they are presumed to be dead, but there is no actual fact that they are dead. And spellcasters can do blood tests to see lineages. So it's not like people could deny who they are. And like I said, this is Tiara's nephew, Imar Gothic. He is the eldest son of Lord Roderick and Princess Eleanor. Like I said, he's a contender for the throne. And other than the fact that Vladimir lives, he is the male heir to the Gothic magic line and the Merlin magic line. And remember, like I said, his sister is the healer Adelaide. That's his older sister. Okay, so it is the third day of 1320. I am back with Tiara. She has made it back to their family's enchanted Gothic house deep in the forest of Glimmerbrook, and she is here to beseech her ancestors. So they have a magical portal down here to the magic realm that she will be going through, and this is their crypt. I'm not sure if I showed you guys in the past. I built this years ago. There's a conservatory here, a seance room, and this is where I'm kind of calling it their ancestral magical well. I'm super proud of this build. When I say I did it a million years ago, I did it a million years ago. I'm super proud of this set. As you can tell, it was before we had ceilings. But I'm going to have her come in here and beseech her family. So she's about to start the ritual to talk to her ancestral well and ask to be re-blessed with the magic that she took for granted as a child. So she's lighting the candles in the seance room and going to do a little ritual. Okay, so we got a message from the seance table. It says, I'm your great-great-great-great-grandfather, or at least I think I am. It's all a little muddy and my eyes aren't what they used to be, but I'm rooting for you, champ. So we're going to say that is a sign from her ancestors that they said, come on through our magical portal, because this only works for someone of their bloodline. And they're going to say, like, come on down and go to the magical realm, and all your needs will be met when it comes to her finding her connection back to her powers. So Lily and Yennefer are sitting on the council, letting the high wizard know that Tiara wasn't responsible for the fall of the Merlin Veil, which was protecting Avalon, and that she and her family did all they could in their power to protect Avalon until they had to escape after their family massacre, and that she was just a young child, you know, trying to survive that situation. So Lily, the elf, our elf Lily, and Yennefer are here to kind of just like have her back while the counselors convene and decide if she is going to be able to get back her bloodline magic. And he is just, you know, deliberating. He understands the facts. He sees that, you know, seems to have a good aura about her. He is good at reading energy. He believes in the Merlin bloodline, but not just that. He supports the Gothic bloodline as well. So he is reinstating her ability to connect to her ancestral magic by healing that part of her soul that was damaged during the incorrect blood resurrection spell that she did. So now she's a spellcaster again and can connect back to her ancestral magic. So I have Tiara at the spellcaster market in the magical realm buying some supplies. So whenever she goes back, she can really put forth a lot more of the effort in helping her niece with the alchemy store, as well as the, you know, helping the local community heal with magic. Oh, I can't use either of these brooms. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna say she's having a bone wand made from her father's finger bone. Mortimer Gothic's bone we're gonna use to make a wand, as well as I do think she's gonna have a fairy familiar. So it looks like Frederick has discovered that Tiara is back home, and he is in a hurry to run her down and see how things went for her. I feel like this is one of the moments where Frederick's like, you're back. And Tiara is like, I'm back. Like a super romantic homecoming. He's waiting here on his like steed to welcome home his lady, who is basically a princess in his eyes. And she is a part of the royal family. Oh my goodness. I remember their love story whenever she was just a kid and she ran away and just became friends with him on this farm, which is now a little village. And their budding romance has just begun. So I think Frederick is just telling her, you know, what she missed because she left at the beginning of the year and now the year is almost over. So he's just catching her up with everything and just kind of expressing how much he missed her. Like, she's his best friend. And of course, she's like, I missed you too. I did get access to my magic again. You know, how have you been since the vampire bite? And honestly, he's been having nightmares about vampire bites. And occasionally he gets a little like emoji where he's scared that they're going to get him, but it looks like he is flirting with her now. So she is very receptive to his flirts. I'm gonna have, oh yeah, he's very flirty. He has the lover archetype. Oh yeah, she's definitely flirty. I think we are gonna ask her. Oh, don't embarrass yourself, Frederick. He's gonna give her a rose. I just know he's just saying something super romantic to swoon her. Oh my goodness, I love this.
Oh, yaba.
They're definitely feeling each other. I think he is open up. I think he's definitely knowing that they're soulmates now, and he's opening up to their relationship going further. All right, so the big moment is going to occur now. All right, Frederick is proposing for true love. Which Frederick absolutely deserves a true love match as our heir and all that. We just want to continue to see everyone living a happy life. And he has the loyalty trait now, which is super amazing. But he is head over heels in love. If anyone wanted to know, apparently you can go into settings and go to gameplay and hit hide challenge UI. For some reason, I cannot click it and it work. We're currently playing Lancelot. He is training up his skills because he wants to be a knight. We also have to get Lancelot married. Yeah, so there's one more day. Saturday's the last day of 1320, and then I have to do my wrap up. So I'm gonna see if we can use tonight to get him like out at a local tavern. Maybe he'll meet somebody. I'm not really sure, but I would like Lancelot to meet someone soon. Maybe he can find a damsel in distress or something. If not, it's okay. I was supposed to get Frederick, Francis, Ashton, Lancelot. Those are our males I was supposed to get married. And I only got Frederick and Francis remarried. So they've been the priority for like way too long. And oh, he's getting really good at that. The chicken, I unlocked the gate. And then we were supposed to get Christine and Morgan married. And I want to wait for them in the 1321s, you know? Yes, he likes fitness. That's great. So I'm trying to decide, like, I have to get one of the guys married that I was supposed to. I don't know. Maybe it'll work out if Ashton goes ahead and gets married to Adelaide. Oh, look, it looks like Tiara and Jenna are talking. Oh, she's got a broom. Yes, I love that for Jenna. I would like all our ladies are now spellcasters. So Lancelot is coming to talk to Miss Euphema. She is Calvin's. Huh. So she is Calvin's ex-wife. And they recently lost their. And her and Calvin during the famine lost their daughter Jenny, but they also have another daughter. So maybe she was here to, because she was talking to Jacob. Like when I looked in the distance, she was talking to Jacob. Maybe, y'all don't judge me. This is the daughter they were supposed to off. I thought I did, and I didn't. But they have Naomi. So Naomi is an option for him to marry. Maybe she came here to broker a marriage between him and Naomi. Oh my goodness, Jenna. Way to be terrifying of being pregnant on a broom flying around. Huh. Like, I'm going to ask. Eliza is also an option. Eliza grew up with Lancelot and the Merrymen, but I think Eliza is into women because I saw her flirting with a woman, so I don't want to, like, mess that up for her. Okay. So we can ask to arrange a marriage with Henry or Naomi, and I think we're going to ask about, but yeah, so he's going to, like I said, he's asking Miss Euphema. He also needs to ask Calvin, but I think he needs to ask, I feel like a mother would know her daughter's wants first. So I think he's going to ask Miss Euphema first out of respect for Naomi. But then for the respect of Calvin, we're going to go ask Calvin because Naomi is Calvin's daughter. The son, Henry, is not. All right. Now he is going to ask Miss Euphema for her daughter's hand in marriage. It looks like she's saying yes. So it looked like she agreed. Okay, hang on. There's a lot going on. It looked like she agreed to the arrangement if Naomi and Calvin approve. He's going to practice his archery and his swordsmanship. And he has 4,785 left of his like dowry. So, well, not his dowry, but like his funds to be, an adult on. So I think we're going to use 2,000, and he is going to also get a horse because he wants to be a knight. So he's going to have to learn how to ride a horse too. We have Frederick learning how to make armor. So, oh, that was weird. So Frederick is going to make armor, and whenever he can, then we'll give Lancelot armor and cast. This is Thunder Alder, Lancelot's horse. Since it is nighttime, I'm going to have Lancelot train on Thunder and just like build up skills. So Lancelot is going to start off by doing like slow rides and stuff, and we will build up his horse riding skill. Look at how sweet Tiara is. She is out here mourning a family that's not even hers. I bet it makes her feel some type of way to see like all the family that's passed, and she just knows how amazing their family is. Oh, oh guys, this is Pascal's old little hut. This is where Halia grew up. Oh, we live really close to the Ama Brewer. Yeah, we live really close to Jenna's mom, Ama Brewer's house. Like, that is, I've never paid attention to the trail. And then we're really close to, where we do the festival, which I think I'm going to change this lot. All right. Well, I'm going to work on building up his horse skill, and I will check in with you guys in the morning. All right. So it is 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. now on Alder Farm, and we're going to start our gathering for our Alder farmers. So that way everyone can come out here and start to participate. He got way better at writing though. He's at level 4, so they're doing pretty good. Look at them go. We finally have knights in training, riding horses. I love this for us so much. It just adds another element.
Elfin!
What Disa? Dala.
Okay, so I had a little bit of audio issues and had myself on mute. We did the role for Francis's wife, Jenna, and their daughter, Ember. Ember did not survive. I will have that play out on screen so you guys can see. Ember did not survive birth. She passed away. And Jenna did survive, but due to the difficulties in pregnancy, Jenna had to be sterilized, so she'll never be able to have children again. And that does make sense because Francis was only ever supposed to try for baby once. And I did say, well, he could try for once per wife. Well, this explains why he got the role that he did. And with his first wife, they had triplets. And Jenna, is his second wife, who is his soulmate, and they cannot have any more kids, which again works out for Francis's role. And she's going to be a full-time stepmommy, which I think is fine because she does have her soulmate, Francis, with her. And they're just going to, celebrate their love in other ways. All right, so we're witnessing Lancelot pulling up to Calvin and Tamara's house, his Aunt Tamara. No, I'm sorry, his mom. So we're witnessing Lancelot pull up to his mom, Tamara's house, and his stepdad, Calvin's house. I guess I didn't realize that it was his stepdad whenever I made this arrangement. But technically, he's not related to Naomi at all. He didn't even grow up around her because remember, his dad, Jedediah, kidnapped him when he was a toddler and then raised him out in the country until he was like a 12, 13-year-old. So yeah, Lancelot doesn't know Naomi, but it is kind of crazy now that I think about it. But he has trotted up on his horse to ask Calvin for his daughter's hand in marriage.
Guasha?
So Calvin is like, hey, how are you doing, Lancelot? How's things been since you moved down to Alder Village? Hope, you're working on your sword play and your archery. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing great, but I'm here on actual business with you. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask for Naomi's hand in marriage. And Calvin's like, oh, well, if Naomi grants that to you, then I would love for you guys to be happy, and I support your guys' love. And me and your mother wish you nothing but the best. Guys, that was savage. I thought I went in and, like I said, got rid of Ginny, but when I realized I didn't, I had to do it now. And he was just hugging his sister one moment, and the next moment he reset and she's a ghost. I think he is really short. This is Calvin's nephew, Henry. My fair lady of Old Town Yore. My name is Lancelot, and I am training to be a knight. I would like to earn your hand in marriage. And she's just like, I don't know why you would want to marry me. We barely know each other. And he's just like, I saw you and just thought you were stunning, and I'd like you to be my wife. And she's like, but you don't even know me. And he's like, yeah, but we could get to know each other. And he's really hopeful, but she's just kind of like, I don't mind getting married, but I don't really know you. Oh, he's being there for her in her time of need. I feel like she rejected him. I think she rejected Lancelot. So I think his bid for marriage didn't work out. So on the heels of Lancelot getting rejected from Naomi, we are heading off to check up the status for the castle. Okay, so it's the end of the decade, and we're just checking on King Richard Lionheart. You can definitely tell, even though he's had some freedom over the last, 2 or 3 years, he is still struggling with his health. And this whole time, he's been taking care of this creepy little baby who is from the evil witch Adelaide and his son. So it's an illegitimate prince. And look who has returned to the kingdom. Prince Augustin has returned, and he is eligible for the crown. He is technically the king's only living son because of all the dumb stuff his son James, his firstborn son James, just did over the last 2 decades. His wife Mary has returned, and their daughter Tarn, but they are here and ready to enter back into their life in Avalon. And Prince Augustin is coming in to talk to his father, saying, Father, I am your living heir. I have done everything in my power to be trained to be the best king, and nothing like my brother James. And I'm ready to let the kingdom know that they can trust in the Lionheart line again. And King Richard is very happy about that. And he says, hey, son, so King Richard is asking Augustin, well, what do you have planned to let the kingdom know that we are a united front and none of us are corrupted from the vampires and the evil spellcasters and the dark goddess Naru? Prince Augustin is saying, well, Father, I have decided that I am going to throw a masquerade ball. We're going to invite everyone in the kingdom, and I am going to announce that I am looking for a bride, and that my sister is also looking for a groom. And the fun part about it being a masquerade is we are not going to be paying attention to class levels and social status. We're going to determine who we marry based on our connection at this 3-night masquerade. In the year 1321, Prince Augustin is going to use this opportunity to find him a bride of the people and get the whole kingdom excited to get dressed up and celebrate with the nobles and the royals and forget about all the craziness that happened in the last couple of years when it comes to the vampires overtaking the Lionheart throne. And Prince Augustin has promised that him and his sister will find marriages there, which Prince Augustine believes will have the kingdom all excited, that anyone's a contender to marry a royal princess or a prince and become king. And it's gonna, like, they feel like it's gonna wipe away a lot of the concern that the people have and back them in the and back their family royally, because they'll be like, oh man, this is the king of the people. Like, James was a bad egg, but you know, King Richard was amazing before James overthrew his father, and Prince Augustine seems to be just as good. So that is where we're gonna leave the years. That's where we're gonna leave this decade. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode 1320. And in the new decade, we have so much to do. We'll have this 3-night masquerade. We have to get Ashton married. We have to get Christine married. We have to get Lancelot married. We have to get Morgan married. So we have a bunch of alders looking to get married, but also the prince and the princess. I'll see you guys in the decade recap episode soon. Bye.